Motor City Sports Talk. It's your boy CJ Goodfella dropping another bomb, another video real quick. Speaking on Detroit Lions red zone offense, man. Talked a little bit about the other day how the red zone offense or last week was affected because we didn't really have effective short yardage running game. And a lot of people thought that the red zone offense was really accredited to Calvin Johnson's height, and then we had Joe Furrier height and guys of that nature. Being able to win jump balls and do those quick slants and use their bodies to box out the defenders. I think the Detroit Lions red zone game, depending on if Jim Bob Cooter is more creative, and really if Jim Caldwell actually had a leash or shackles on them doing the play calling. But if they really can, the offensive run coordinator, offensive line coach can run the ball, I believe the red zone offense will be more potent this year. I think the run game is just going to allow the play action to be more potent. But I'm going to give you guys, a dark horse who's going to be an animal in the red zone. Who was an animal in the red zone in college, and I think this guy will actually do what Eric Ebron couldn't do in the red zone. I think Michael Roberts, look out for him for all my fantasy users and my fantasy players. If you daily like me, I'm a daily FanDuel guy. I don't do the standard thing so much unless it's like some real money involved or it's a real friendly competition mixed with money. But Michael Roberts is probably going to be a red zone beast, this year. I think they're going to use him in the red zone more than Luke Wilson. He has the mitts. He has some big hands. He got a big body to box out. And he's a big body with good hands. And I think he will be the beneficiary of the play action with Blunt or Kerryon Johnson. And I also think he will be the beneficiary out of the bunch as well, due to, Theo Reddick coming out the backfield, Amir Abdullah coming out the backfield, catching the ball on Texas routes or option routes or zig routes or out routes. I think, he will benefit from the attention that the running backs will get out the backfield in the play action and catching a lot of red zone balls. I predict for Michael Roberts, if he's healthy, to catch at least 5 to 6 touchdowns this season in the red zone. I think it could be something that high. Because he's more of a red zone threat. He's a bigger body than Luke Wilson, and he just a monster. I remember watching him on field. He's a monster. I think he's gonna benefit. He's gonna be one of the Detroit Lions leaders in red zone touchdown catches. I really do, and I think the running backs out the backfield and the play action is gonna cause a lot of problems. A lot of problems for teams. The Lions might do 2 tight ends and 2 running backs in the backfield. And those guys are going to be potent because you're going to get a linebacker on a running back, and a linebacker on Theo Reddick is suicide. Even in zone, he ain't going to be able to keep up with Theo Reddick. You don't know if he's going to go in or go out. That's how quick he is. And for Stafford, you're going to see his red zone efficiency go way up. He no longer going to see double and triple teams on receivers and tight ends. And I'm telling you, once the league recognizes what Mike Roberts can do in the red zone, they're not gonna double team Tate no more. Even though you really got to double team him in the red zone, they gonna double team Jones no more. They ain't gonna be able to know who to double team. And Roberts is gonna be definitely a beneficiary of play action freezing defense and people not knowing who he is and catching touchdown balls. I think Theo Reddick is gonna be another potent guy, in the red zone. Coming out the backfield. I think LeGarrette Blount is going to have a lot of goal line touchdown carries. And I think you might see the receivers' touchdowns go down as far as the red zone, which I don't know how they was last year. Because the tight ends, the running backs are really going to eat in the red zone. At 20 yards in, they really going to be the beneficiary of getting touchdown. Now, it's totally different when you talk about, receivers. Marvin Jones is just an explosive guy. I think you can mark him down for 2 or 3 explosive down the field, 20-plus yard catches down the field. If not, 2 or 3 20-plus yard explosive deep threat catches down the field. Golden Tate, he ain't really much of a touchdown scorer guy. He more of a guy that worked underneath and you got to keep an eye on double and triple team him or bracket him, and you paying so much attention down him, you're going to have Luke Wilson shooting up the field, running through the first, the second, and third levels of the defense and catching it deep, and Marvin Jones catching it deep, you know. Kenny Galladay getting down there and catching it deep. And that's another guy I think that's eventually going to, be the beneficiary of touchdown passes is Kenny Galladay. You know, they can line him up on fade routes and stuff of that nature. He's going to see a lot of one-on-one this year as well, too, because the running backs and tight ends and Marvin Jones, his reputation, they all going to eat. You know, all of them guys is going to eat in the middle of the field, eat on the outside. They going to eat in the red zone. LeGarrette Blount, Kerryon Johnson, being able to take content and still truck on in the end zone, they going to eat. Kenny Galladay is going to get a lot of one-on-ones in the red zone, man. He going to get a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of slant routes, a lot of fade routes. You know, you're going to see him get a lot of opportunities, you know. But I'm telling you, Michael Roberts is going to be a gem in the red zone, man. I just want to talk about that for a minute. It's Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All the information is in the description. Continue to share the videos. It's much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know we upload and go live. As soon as the season and training camp get to rolling, we go live a little bit more often. And peace and blessings to everybody out there. And get ready for the call-in show. Hopefully we can get that deal stamped and approved. I got somewhat of a co-host already. So each week we're going to talk about after the Lions game and before the Lions game. So we're going to